Well, it's test time. This is only the second time I've given you a test since this course began. This may be a little bit rigorous because I'm going back a good ways, but I would expect you to use your notes. And what I do with my students is I say, if you can hold up your notes, and if you've got notes, I'll even let you compare your answers to your neighbor's answers. And they're shocked at that. But my testing is not about punishing. I continue to try to teach. As you maybe see, you may have to do some pausing. You probably will. I figure, why not? Modern day, you can pause, get time to get the answers. All right, number one. Get a piece of paper like this, ideally with holes like this. That way, when you bind it at the back, you'll have your documents. You should put your name all the way over to the left. And on the same line, put down today's date. This is October 21st, 2011. You could use short form if you wanted, but you do have to have the year, or else it wouldn't be a real date. I give kids an extra point if they set everything up as I've asked. Also, if you change your answer, just strike it out with a single line. You should be using pen. If they do all this stuff, I give them an extra point. All right, number one. What's the name of the page where you can find both what's on page 7.1 and 9.1 in these notes? What do you call that page? Number two. In addition to Shakespeare and class vocabulary, that's going to be about a third of our time, and the chronological survey of the humanities, that's going to be about a third of our time. What is the other third, more or less, going to be devoted to? You'll find that in the introduction. Number three, e.g. It's Latin, exemplum gratis. How do you say that in English, e.g.? Number four, ibid. Funny little Latin word. It's a quick way to say what in English. And number five, what's the abbreviation for that is? The quick standard abbreviation for that is. Number four, what did I define as the study of human expression? You'll find that in the introduction. Those other ones, abbreviations in this work. You certainly are going to have to pause, I think, to keep up. Number five, in what order did I say that we would go through our consideration of classics? In what order? Number six, name a creation story. Under genres, I said there are various creation stories. Name one. Number seven, I got my numbers wrong. Number seven, give an example of prehistoric fiction. Prehistoric fiction, just name an example. Number eight, what did I define, what genre did I define as literature that makes fun of something? Literature, literature that makes fun of something, like satire, like lampoon, always leave one of them out. Satire, lampoon, parody, but what's the little word I like to use? Number nine. What did I define as a very long sung poem about the deeds of heroes? What genre is that? Number 10. What is the world's oldest known story? Name it and underline it because it's large. Number 11. What is an archetype? What is an archetype? Don't give me an example of one, but explain what do I mean when I talk about an archetype. Number 12. Give me an example of the archetypic sidekick other than Enkidu. Some other sidekick besides Enkidu. Number 13. Give me an example of the archetypic or the archetype man/beast other than the scorpion men in Gilgamesh. Some other example of man/beast or woman/beast. Number 14. Give me an example of the archetype ferryman other than the boatman in Gilgamesh and other than Scotty in Star Trek. Scotty is a great example of that. That is his principal role, is to move heroes from characters from one world to another and back and forth. Number 15. Give me an example of a counselor, the archetypic counselor, other than the eternal barmaid in Gilgamesh. Another example of that would have been Wilson on Home Improvement, or Grandmother Willow in Pocahontas. Give me some other example. That was 15. 16. Um, or wait, 13. I don't know. I probably have the numbers wrong. I'm going to say 15. 15. What's the epic theme in which characters go off to try to get something, either singly or in a group? It happened twice in Gilgamesh. Sometimes they can go off to get rid of something. If you've ever seen a movie called The Gods Must Be Crazy, an African bushman goes off on one of these to get rid of a Coke bottle. It's a very funny movie. Number 16, I think we're at 16. What's the literary device which is a reference to something famous? If you refer to something famous, you are making a what? What is that? Number 17. What do you call the literary device that gives an audience an opportunity to laugh after tense, dramatic stuff? Dogberry did this. The squirrel does it in Ice Age. That's called what? 18. Why is Lascaux, France famous? What's it famous for? We're down to the chronological survey now. Number 19. Give a machine part. Name a modern-day machine part that's evident in that bow drill or that fire-making rig that I tried to draw. Number 20. A lever or a lever. By itself is no good. It's got to have a what? A lever and a what? And of course also some way to pull it down. Number that was 21. 21. Name a technique that you can use with fiber. Not a product from fiber, but something that you can do with fiber. Some technique. 22. Name a domesticated animal. Oh, no, I want the domesticated animal that was almost certainly the very first. And just this week I saw a documentary called The Blanks Decoded. And it proposed that this animal, although archaeologists think it maybe is 15,000 years old, geneticists, or taming of it, geneticists are thinking it's maybe 100,000 years ago that it was made tame. What animal is that? 22, 23. Name a New World domesticated animal. There aren't that many of importance in the New World. Number 24. Rice, corn, rye, barley, bamboo, all of them are in what family? 25, I realize I'm really going faster. A New World domesticated plant. A New World domesticated plant. 26. Charcoal plus what gives a fire so hot that you could melt metal? 27. Clay. If it gets hot enough, long enough, it turns into what? 28. According to the hydraulic theory of civilization, agriculture plus what resulted in civilization? 29. What is a bis, or a suonen, or a levada, or an acequia? That's why I had you go to Pakistan, Hunza. Number 30. Sumerian writing is called what? 31. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. That expression comes from what set of laws, known as the what? From Babylon. 32. What is the authority on card games? What's that guy's name? According to this guy, they say. 33. What has to happen according to the parliamentary procedure between a motion and the discussion of that motion? You've got to have somebody do what? And finally, number 34. What kind of a motion does it take to end a meeting? Somebody makes the motion that the meeting be what? What is that word? And I sort of made it, I think, in 10 minutes. I'm sure you're going to have to go back and pause. That was fast, but I don't have to repeat. I shouldn't have to now. All right, I got another one. Now the vocabulary stuff comes, so you've got one more video today, and I won't have to be so fast on that.